Hey guys, Jack here. I'm sure you know WTC is pretty much in full swing at this point, and I don't know about you guys, but I've been super excited about it for quite a while. And I was even more excited when a few weeks ago I got a call from Team England letting me know that they were currently at their super secret practice weekend, and they invited me along to do a few interviews and get with the players and see if we can get to know them a little bit better. So what I've got for you today is the interview that I've put together. Hopefully you enjoy it. I'm aware that maybe the audio isn't quite what I hoped it would be. It was all very last minute, and this is the first time I've done anything like this. But a lot of lessons have been learned. We're going to be looking at something much improved for next time. I'm already cooking up a bunch of new videos with similar along the lines of similar lines of content. Things on location at tournaments and stuff. So if you do like this kind of content and want to see more in this kind of style, please let me know in the comments down below. Give it a like, subscribe, all that sort of YouTubey stuff. But yeah, without further ado, let's get straight onto the video.
My name is Jack Tite. I'm 24 years old and I've been playing competitively for, I think it's about 10 years now. I started when I was 14. I play for War Masters, which is I think more commonly known for as being the Seams team. I've known him for many a year. We do a lot of team events together.
Yeah, living the scene. 25 years old now. I've been playing a lot of weekend competitive league. I think 6 years now? 6 years? Yeah, around 6 years, give or take. I'm part of Team Warlosses, a Team England format club. Jack's actually on the team as well. Yeah. So my name's Courtney Rose. I've been playing competitively for about 24 years. Team I play for the Forgotten Region. I'm Alex Starr, I'm 21. I've been playing 4K competitively since COVID. And I started playing 4K when I was 8. And I've played my own. Hi, so I'm Tony, I'm the captain of Team England. I've been playing for 40k for about 36 years. It's been a long time. I've been doing WTC for 12 years now. And I myself am 32, so we're getting on. I'm the old man of the squad.
Name, Tom Roman, age 30. Been playing 4K for 5 years and I played for 6++.
So my name's John Clark, I'm 33. I've been playing 40k since 6th edition, but took a break over one. And the fact that there was good for me, captain was 2 fact I was gaming in Stafford.
Okay, my name's Greg Chamberlain, I'm 26 years old, just 40 years old. I've been playing for 6 years actively, and outside of England I played for a few years.
I think I'm more of an aggressive player, but I do understand when I'm not able to force hand someone.
Definitely describe us as a very defensive player. You know, I like to hide back, not interact with others. I like to go after my opponents, very aggressive the way I play, sniff out some weakness somewhere and try to aid to, that's not PG, push their stuff.
Very depending on what kind of thing I'm playing against. Sometimes I will just jab and disrespect and assassinate, and in a lot of games you need to give that respect. You would up the
Defensive, Dennis. It depends on faction. Depending on faction, I can flip and change course.
I think I like this that fast. I like to be able to control the pace of the game. Not necessarily like I'm PPC turn one, destroying your army, but something that I can move forward when I want to. So it's kind of that balance. There's nothing quite on the elbow. It can give you that aggro when you want it, and quite defensive play if you need to.
I'm pretty aggressive. Probably both. Good balance. So
As long as they keep that sticking out.
I think probably the biggest faction everyone knows me for playing is Sisters. I think Sisters was my most dominant run as a player. Outside of that, I do quite like playing a bit of everything. I think a bit less faction focused is I do enjoy running whatever weird, unusual list I can get my hands on at the time.
So one of the factions I'm known for playing is the Guard, the Imperial Guard. That's definitely one of them. Also a little bit of back in the day with GC because used to be the Marine player, but nowadays I'm mostly known for playing Guard realistically, and usually with the next good best thing that I magnify across the
Probably Eldar, maybe Eldar Flyers, and then last couple of years has been that, and there's been some Space Marine dabbling as well. Cults, Orcs, you name it, there's lots of them.
I'm known for Dracarys GSC.
My main two factions are Sisters of Battle, Death Refuge,
And Tyrius and Navy Botan.
I'd like to think I have a reasonable amount of teams experience at this point. I would definitely say that maybe I'm more of a new teams player than maybe some of the people who've been around longer than me. But I think I've got a pretty good
Yeah, so I've been doing team events, I would say probably for last 3 years now, since we've been involved in the team event format. And also, even beforehand, people say 6 months before that, so like 3 years and a half, 3 years is how long I've been playing team events. The role on the team is usually the person that's able to give everybody on the opposing team a very good game, keep the games close, and then also when I can, is the guy that can always push when needed to essentially get a higher score for a matchup. There's those points of betting.
In experience, I've been playing since 2011 for TV English, quite a while. I am, especially recently, kind of the smash player with a strong army. We don't really know where it sits at the minute, but that's kind of what I like to do. I like to try and go out and get these matches. I'm interested in Americans. I like the for some of the teams I've been on, and yeah, so basically not much team before this year, and then this year I played. I've won more than 10 teams. My first interaction with WTC came from that famous image of the guy like doing the thumbs up next to the white guys. I'm blocking his opponent off the board with like against Crute and tabling it, and that led me to hunt down the WTC squads, and since then I've just been heavily involved in teams. I think I've won most things you can win in singles, the majors, the super majors, GTs, but I love the team side more. As captain, I won lots of stuff this year around choosing the team, etc. But more now, it's the refining our main tricks and the kind of the pairing side to get the team sorted.
Not usually, I assist in pairing, but I'm not usually leading and flex attack. So go and play. I'd say I was quite new to things. I've only been dabbling about a year or so. So, yeah, I'm not experienced to do because I've actually seen the best. I couldn't just pair because I do a lot more of that than I do. So, last year or so, I think to learn to
I think it's teams. I think the reason I really like teams is it really opens up a format where a lot more armies can shine, sort of showcase what it is that they're capable of doing. I think in singles you often get a meta that's very well predefined, and there's maybe a little bit less room for innovation and creativity.
I would say, with teams compared to singles, so with teams, even when you're playing in a losing game, you're still more committed to actually playing the game. Whereas in singles, like, oh, I've lost the game, it's like, yeah, okay, I've lost the game, handshake, okay, let's go home. Let's say you're playing round 5 at Super Major, you can qualify to Super Major and you're losing by a few points, you're not going to win, you're like, oh, I've lost the game, handshake, I come second. Once in teams, sometimes people play knowing that they're going to lose the game and they play for those losses and they stop by every point. So there's a lot more I've also seen enthusiasm there. There's a lot of players there. You see players playing for every single point, and they just and that I just prefer. Like always get. Yeah, I've always preferred that. It's all about this kind of playing against a person who's never like mentally conceded or given up, and they're always playing for their team.
I'm not too keen on teams. I prefer teams because it kind of puts you on top of the game, which is really fun. And it involves a whole other level of breadth that is so interesting and so fun. But as well, teams, you're a unit, you're together, rather than a single event where you've got loads of people, you play for yourself. The team, when you win as a team. I love singles, I love the challenge of it, but I prefer teams. I think that the things you can do in teams, the way you can come up with a more dynamic list or a list that does a role is more intriguing to me. And that's an extra layer of depth to the game. And I do think it is better, largely for sportsmanship. I think there's ways that people behave better in team events and are encouraged to play more in the spirit of the game. So for all those reasons I really enjoy this.
I think the game is too imbalanced for singles to be fun a lot of the time. So I think teams mitigates that really well. I love singles, but you have to go at the end of that. I think teams is always fun.
So I only play team events strangely. I'm team captain and I do the Do you prefer teams or singles? Or do you like playing teams? No interest in singles. If I'm at a singles event, it's just this side forward.
See. I would have asked you 6 months ago, I said singles. I was still in singles. I still didn't really go singles, but I think the teams is just events like that. I think just the whole way in the team is socialised. It's all just taken over time. And then the actual play itself is more interesting. Losing is I can clear players lose well. It's like I lost by 1 point. That's it. And there's always shit stuff. Really like feedback. So the stuff I think.
I think the biggest thing that you notice is the ability to play games where it's okay to lose. I think it's a very real mindset shift going from, I have to win this game even if it's by 1 point to going, okay, I'm going to lose this game, I just want to narrow it down as much as possible.
I just to say atmosphere there's a lot more like over here for example, right? Going to WTC, like we're not the only thing that's doing this, we're not the only thing that's practicing and going everywhere. We're here in a barn, playing around the weekend because we love it, and also everybody's together, everybody's looking for weekend, everybody's trying to get better, trying to understand matchups, trying to understand, okay, this is good for you, this is bad for you, and that overall environment which you don't really get too much if at all in a singles event. And at the end of the day, even though that might be your mate day, it's still a competition. Everyone here has got one goal, one team, they're working towards the same target, which I personally prefer.
I think it's the group, it's the team effort, it's everything. We like it's just one back. It's just playing teams compared to singles. The biggest difference is playing to lose, playing to the last one. Playing to keep something very stable and sit behind a wall and have my 5 points to As I mentioned already, I think the biggest difference between teams and singles is just the focus you can go on getting a score rather than going out trying to get as high a score as possible. Because it's bringing in 6 or 7 points could be that really clutch result where you thought you might get 3 or 4. And that is almost as satisfying to come out with a 9 out of a game where you're like, my opponent should have got 15 that but I managed to squeeze the points. Is a much better process. I really enjoy that side of it.
I think it is that losing well matters. For one, that's really good, and I think there's a lot more pressure when there's other people counting on you as well. That's the biggest thing.
Every point counts, so even if you're just going sideways in the game, you can still enjoy that game. I know I've lost this, but I don't get the points out if you play it completely different experience instead of wasting experience. And then what really lost that game. Yeah, based on the matchup. So I think that's what rewards me to the team. And then the big prize, you really make the entire weekend instead of 12 5 win up prizes. I think on the day that suits you, you love it. Win or lose it. Right?
The fact that we still matter, just winning and losing is the one side is how much you win, how much you lose on it. It's lots of tactics involved, which I see like it takes an already complex and it makes it even more complex.
First WTC for me. I think it probably is a bit of a disadvantage. You know, these are very experienced players that have been around for me. I think they know how their event is going to go a little more accurately than maybe I do. I'm not entirely sure what to expect. Yeah.
It's my first WTC, so I've been in, first I'm playing regular for like 3 games. And I think I've got an advantage of it in the fact of I know the level of step. So even my first mistake, oh yeah, how hard would it be? It's quite hard. Even we played this team that you've never heard of in Eastern Europe, we like that, we find you play which one of the players that, oh wow, you're really good at 3K. This isn't easy.
It's not the first WTC. First WTC, yeah. I think it's probably a disadvantage. I hope to do that in future. And then also said, yeah, I think it's going to be very cool to do so many people. I did do workshops for my kids event, but that was a singles event. I just very difficult to get. But I think it's definitely an advantage because there's lots of pressure. I think you finally get there and you get in the hall and there's 400 plus people and there's the first WTC. It really is a lot of players find it really draining, like the days are long, preparing process, and you could play massive player after massive player, like round after round. So it definitely helps because I've seen most things, I've played most people, so I'm kind of a bit more unfazed on that side.
My head's not going to rock, I just happen to be there. So I think that's nice. I think inevitably experience really matters, so I'll be learning some lessons, I'm sure. But maybe being enthusiastic is a good thing.
It's my first WTC in 4K. I did. I mean, obviously different games is still winning advantage, but I'm not daunted by goats.
First, I guess being a little bit unknown to WTCs, taking the next location, people might take me for granted and maybe underestimate things I'm counting on. These big words, isn't it? You can stand by them. Yeah, I think you can't sacrifice to replace experience. Like if it's the first year, I'm sure I do better as you do. I'm hoping that the unknown aspect of myself helps me to get the extra 2 or 3 points here in the piece of list.
I think it's the work that's been put in this year. I think one of the biggest changes coming into Teams this year was the workload expected from the applicants, and I think everyone here has met that standard. I know at the moment I'm playing a lot more 40k than I originally wanted to be playing per week, but it's here, right? And I want to make the most of it.
It is like a time-consuming process to look things up. It takes a lot out of your own personal life and you're putting into the game. So I think that's probably one of I think that was just more than just the board for the important one. It takes a massive time-consuming investment, and if you don't get the result that you want, it's time to say you can't go to the bubble. It is better rewarding.
The game where you said you're going to get something and then you can see it sliding. Well, these are the expectation and then the pressure you're putting yourself in that game to try and make something happen. And especially if that goes wrong as well, there's something back to be helped. I think it's the expectation, the standard. I think you're expected to win every game, you're expected to know everything, and I think the game at the moment is there's so much depth. It's really easy to forget that strat or to make that little mistake, and literally game costing. So I think that is the biggest part of the pressure side of it. I think for our new players, it's that on top of all the other things, picking an army, making the right choices, not to mention the game things, deployment, did you roll well, did the card betray you? So all of those things are the extra side of it.
TTS and having to play NAS.
The competitive level is much higher than at club levels, local sub-regions, and the time and effort that goes into it is massive. So I'd say that's probably the hardest part. It's just the time. It's just one place.
Hardest part is it's quite intense. There's lots of people. Art methods. Not that it's a chore. It's enjoyable of it. It's just it takes so much time. You just have to feel this stuff. You want to be pairings and last night I think that's the biggest amount on this swing. I'm going to shoot people already done to manage this. Their place so I find it hard to someone actually a partner. So yeah, approaching and things like that. So it's better.
It's come a long way, I think. I think a few years ago, at least when I started doing tournaments, it had a reputation for maybe being a bit of a boys' club. I think it was a very small local area that tended to dominate the team. But I think if you look at it this year, we've got people from all corners of the country, all over the place, and I feel like it's been done a lot more on merit this year than maybe past reputation.
I think it's definitely significantly better than what it used to be in the past. I think in the past there was a reputation for being a boys' club. I don't think that was necessarily the case, but this year is definitely giving more people chances. It's a more streamlined process where like you can go, this is what we'll do from start to finish. Significantly more feedback this year as well. I think previous years it was like kind of just got told that you will get a team around. It's like, alright, you know where you stand roughly. Better way compared to before it's more kind of guess out or now it's more streamlined.
Oh, good. To me, it was really cool. It was a process I really enjoyed. I love playing TTS. I love playing TTS against a lot of really good players. I've been to Poland twice with the nations. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's been so nice to be kind of a cohesive unit throughout and meet the second. So we massively shook the ball recruitment process in terms of we tried to give as many people access as possible, and we tried to be really open, more open than ever before, with as much feedback as we could do. I think some feedback from applicants is that we can still do more, and that's obviously with the nature of it, but I think trying to be as open as possible, as accessible as possible, has hopefully made that really enjoyable, and we've had more people apply this year than before. I hope we get the same again next year.
I think it's a really good step. This is like the beginning of a whole new kind of era. I think they've done a lot really well. There's obviously things can change, but I love the group that's been built around it. I love the community that's been built around it, and I've made tons of friends, and that's what's
I thought it was brilliant. I think it's the fairest way you could possibly do it, to let as many people into the process and give access to as many people. I don't think there's a fairer way to do it outside of just going, everyone has to turn up to this place every month and keep screwing us over this specific day and force everyone to. So, I mean, I hate TTS, but it's the only way to do it with people.
I think it's been fantastic. It's not perfect, of course, it isn't perfect. It's the first time I'm on this, so we've got lots to learn from. But it's really brought a lot of people into the teaming on camp and teaming with like, orbit as it were, and then being good myself. So I applied a couple of years ago with set that really and I never really felt blind here because it's really hard. I would say there was never going to be a bit of a self-voice because I think that they've tried really hard to knock down the education, and I think that is really, really special about it. This was Phil Parker, who's just winning the Wally, the team, there's people here helping today, playing this stuff that have been items while we're playing out. That I've been noticing to see, but here, so we just accept in, and I believe it's good for us, the process that like I've made us a little family, as it were, which is really pleased to see.
Personally, I just want to put on a good showing for myself. You know, I'm not expecting to win all of my games. I'm hoping I don't lose all of them either. I just want to put forward a good showing and some good players and prove that I am, you know, deserving of being in the spotlight.
I think my personal goals are the same as today, which is I am aiming for outside as a top 10. Since we're taking essentially a very high ranking for WTC this year, 6 individuals who have never been to WTC before. So one of my goals is going to be to top 10 in it, to push for podium when possible as well. But that is this year.
Personal goals are out the window. It's not about it's all team. Goals, I'd love for us to play win. Personally and overall, win all my games as a team. Personally, I just want to win all my games with Eldar, as does anybody. But I think as a team, I mean, we're a seed 1 team. So what are we aiming for? We're aiming for a top 10 finish. Anything in the top 5 is really commendable. Anything in the top 3 podium is fantastic. And any team will take that. And any top team will take that. I know you'll get teams come out and say, I want to win, those rounds, I want to come first at WTC. Yeah, sure, I'd love to do that. But I think that the standard is always improving, and there's increasingly less difference between C1, C2, TC3, etc. So it's more and more challenging every year.
Go to the event. I mean, I think you want to get your predictions and your details right, and that's always a key thing. I think I want to get a couple of glories win the VSC, be very happy, and just try and hold up my end to the side just to lose.
I think it'd be really good if, as a team, we actually got a top 5 finish. And I'd just like to go Matrix second round as best I can.
I don't know. I don't know what to expect. I'm just going to do the very best. It could surprise people. Teams are going to think a couple of draws from some of the top, the favourites. Maybe a couple of wins, when maybe some of them I think Knights are going to really shape what happens because it's a thingy. You can have the best list in the world, best highlights, but this rise if the work sets up like that's what we've done now. So that can happen to the best and worst players. So I think it's open to anyone. So my personal preference, I just think it's still the best. I'm not going to be upset with it. I'm just glad I'm going and bad things to see.
Okay guys, hope you enjoyed that. Keep an eye out for more on-location tournament reports and interviews coming soon to the 6++ channel. As I said before, if you like what you saw here, by all means put a comment down below or leave us a like or subscribe, anything like that. Or if you feel you have any improvements, questions you think I should have asked, then by all means let me know. Yeah, keep an eye out for the next one. We're going to have even better equipment and setup for the future ones, and can't wait to make them and can't wait for you to see them. So until next time, bye bye now.